Never wear this. Never let anyone see you wear it. That's a big tip for me. Get one of these. Only wear it when you have to. I actually like this light. You just turn that baby on. When you're way out in the middle of nowhere and it's dark out, that thing is bright as all can be.
Okay, so my name is Jackson Froman, and I am a musician, and I play lots of gigs. But on my nights off, I'm an astronomer.
I've used that guy a lot. Thing is awesome. Oh no! Please help! Someone help me! I'm getting eaten by a bear. I had a really scary astrophotography trip one night. Took the telescopes out. I just took out the 80mm. It was supposed to be cloudy all night, and I looked at the weather and they said it was going to be clear in Cherry Springs. Packed everything, storming and raining all the way there.
I'm at Cherry Springs right now. The only one here is so, like, it's quiet as can be, and it's cloudy, but it's supposed to be really clear.
It finally cleared up at 1 in the morning.
All right, got some pictures going. 1 o'clock. That's when it finally got clear out. And then I took the scope out and set it up, and we're in business.
I was the only one there. I've been there one time where I started out as the only one, and then somebody else showed up, so there were 2 cars. But man, it is scary when you're all by yourself there. I gotta say, probably more scared of getting beat up and robbed than bears. There's lots of traffic that goes through there. It's just kind of like, you know, if you're there all by yourself and you have all your stuff. I just hid in my car all night. Usually when you park at the astronomy site, they'll lock the gate so people aren't traveling in and out of there while everyone's shooting. But if there's only 1 or 2 people there, they'll leave the gate open, which means people can come and go. It's a little worrying when you got thousands of dollars of equipment and you're all by yourself in the middle of the night out in the middle of nowhere.
This is my setup. So the iPad thing is really great. I used to take the computer and put it in the Tupperware thing. Also, I love these. When I got a DSLR, I needed to learn how to clean the sensor because I got dust on it. This is what I would get. I love this. Get a music stand and put this red cellophane. These are my filters. I guess I'm not going to use, I might shoot with the hydrogen alpha just to cut it down, but I do have a moon filter. This is actually a very interesting filter. I might use this. This is a really cool filter. Also, I'm probably going to shoot Saturn with this is the 224 MC. That's what I'm going to shoot the moon with tonight. I'm using a Barlow. And I'm going to put it on the back of a C9 1/4.
Now I'm not shooting with this scope for some time. I probably won't be using it till about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll use the other scope, the SV550. Up till then, I'm going to get an early shot of the moon, and then I'm going to switch to this and get video, and then do Saturn actually. You need to have this guy out. It needs to adjust to the temperature, because this are really sensitive scopes. Also, normally I would worry about, this is going to be a fun, easy night. Normally I would worry about the weight and the balance, but I'm getting really fast shots tonight, taking like millisecond shots, and they're not that long, so the adjustment of the scope isn't going to matter. What I'm more worried about is this wind tonight. Wind is really bad for any type of shooting, but especially with this. Luckily, I get fast enough shots where I can comb through them. And I don't do video of Jupiter or Saturn. I do really fast shots. So this needs to get outside and get cooled off. I got all this stuff so that I could shoot anytime. And tonight is a really good example. I have nicer stuff now, but I always had this mount. This mount is one of the first things that I got. And anytime you get a mount, you should definitely get one that you know you're going to use a lot. Okay, it's pretty clear out. It's actually, the dew fell already. The dew fell pretty early. Okay, so there's the iPad. I'm doing hydrogen alpha of the Veil Nebula until the moon comes out. It's going to get as much hydrogen alpha of it as I can. I have some great sulfur shots and some great oxygen shots. Everything's going really well. As far, I cleaned all my gear. Everything's looking good. Just some really nice background work that I can do while I'm waiting for the moon to come. Okay, now we are going to move this thing because we're polar aligned. I got it close enough to go to Saturn. So give me 1 second. It's really cool watching this thing move. Here we go. And the moon's coming out too. So let's see here. That should be it. Okay, so there it is. That's how tall it is. It's taller than my door. Look down there. So that's what I'm going to shoot Saturn with. Anyway, Saturn's just over the trees. That's the 1600 mm. I'm going to switch it out for the 224 MC that I had earlier. So that's the deal right now. Alright, this is what it looks like when it's focusing. So I have the autofocuser on that big scope out there, the C9 1/4, and it does just like when you bloat your stars on either direction and you find the narrow pinpoint. So it's going to be that's how it does it electronically here. So then it's going to center it, and it's going to be right around in there somewhere. It might be a little higher, might be a little lower than that line, but it usually gets it pretty close, better than my eye, or at least it's really easy to get it quick with this. So let's see there, found the focus point. I have to shoot with this camera that I have on there right now and then switch it out for the ASI 224 MC so I can get the close-up shots of Saturn, because with this camera it's like a little star. You can kind of make it out, but this other camera has a smaller sensor, so it makes it easier to get close-up shots with it. It was uncentered, and it's centering it right now. And it's centered now. There's Saturn. That's a picture of Saturn. Kind of neat, but it's way overexposed. Okay, so let's get an exposure of way less time. Let's see what we get. Okay, that is Saturn. Very out of focus and very heavily overexposed. So let's underexpose it a little bit. Let's go to 100th or 1/10 of a second here. 1/10 of a second, and now we can get closer to getting focused again. Go to 1/5 of a second. I'm gonna reset this. Let's go all the way to 60. Make this 0 one more time. So we are, let's go to focus. Oh, that's the wrong way. That's not bad. It's pretty edge on, the rings. The one thing, the rings have been edge on. They used to not be, but in the last few years they've been slowly. It's going to switch the other way where you'll be able to see underneath it. It used to be see from the top down, and the rings would almost look like a hat. Now the brim is like almost like perpendicular to us, so when we see it, it's just like a line. It's gonna be like that for the next like 4 years, 5 years. The cycle, I can't remember how long. I think it's like, I can't remember, 36 years or something.
Guess who's up late again? This is the telescope. I got the big boy out, the C9 1/4, and I don't have it up as high tonight. There's less wind, but there's more humidity. You can see it in the sky. There's not as many stars out. So it's not quite as good a night, but I'm doing better tonight. I've got Saturn. Let's see if we can get it there. It's not going to focus that close. Here we go. There's Saturn right there. Oh, there's my light. Let me get my light out of. See if I can get in there. There it is. Here's the steps. Okay, so first thing I do is I get the 1600 mm camera focused, and then I find Saturn. And then once I find Saturn, I switch cameras, and then I take this iPad and I find Saturn and focus it with the new camera, and then I take that camera and I plug it into this computer. This is the old way I used to do it, but I find I always get better planetary images when I use this computer, because I can take faster images and I can get better focus with the computer than I can with the iPad. The resolution is better. So there is Saturn right there. Okay, so it's about 2:30. Well, it's almost 3 in the morning. Jeez, not again. I'm up late and I'm getting Saturn. I believe this one's going to be slightly better. I can comb through these images because it's not video. I take lots of really fast images and then I comb through them. Okay, so I got Saturn again. This time I think I've got better focus, and I'm not using a corrector at all. It's going straight through the scope at 2350 millimeters in focal length, so it's might be a little bit better. I don't have the Barlow on though. I couldn't get focus with the Barlow. I might try the Barlow after I finish a run of exposures.